So, time to share some funny stories, right? Living in the UK itself is kind of funny thing. Anyways, so the other day I was with one of my patients and doing some procedure on him, and we were having kind of chat about many things, including politics. And then in the middle of conversation, he just asked me, "Do you like football?" So I was doing some stuff on him. Definitely, it was difficult for me to hear properly. And then I asked him, "I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What did you ask me?" And he repeated that, "Do you like football?" So even the second time I couldn't get him, and I said, "Pardon, if you would repeat that." He just looked at me and said, "Do you like football?" So I literally couldn't get him because his accent was quite African, and it was really difficult for me to get there and to catch the accent. And then I thought it's quite weird, and it's like not good to ask him again and again, not getting the question or the word. So I thought it must be some cuisine or some food. So let's say no. So I said, "No, I don't lie." So he said, "Okay." And then I thought what he exactly asked me about. So I asked him inversely, "What's that about?" So he just looked at me, "What's that about? What are you asking about?" I said, "What's that about?" So my question was incomplete, and I couldn't say that word what he asked me before. So I asked him twice. So he was looking at me and thinking like it's kind of nonsense, like asking him incomplete kind of question. And then I kept quiet. I said like it's kind of shame. And then after a while he was stopped talking, and then watching TV. He said, "Oh yeah, that World Cup is going to start in hosted by a Middle East country or so." Then I thought he must be talking about football. I said, "You mean football World Cup?" He said, "Yeah, football World Cup." I said, "Oh God." He was asking me, "Do you like football?" And then I had to pretend saying, "No, I don't like football. I only like cricket." And they said, "Oh yeah, you like cricket, and what's the best team?" And so, and it continued, and it was such a kind of, I felt so embarrassed, so embarrassed. Sometimes language, definitely there was a different and difficult accent of him, and it was not easy for me, or might be for any Asian kind of um, professional to get that kind of accent, and it's really difficult for us to understand people here in the UK. So I really felt like what he must be thinking about me, just I don't know anything about football. Anyways, he was such a nice patient, and then we continued chatting about many other things, but I was so like then giving him ear and not to miss anything and not to kind of get anything wrongly when he's asking me about something and I'm answering him about something different. So it was so funny on that day. And then anyways.